So this will inshallah increase the love within the marriage, because unfortunately for Muslims in general, we in general do not express our feelings towards our spouses, and this is a problem. Do not express your feelings to your co-worker from the other sex, right? But to your wife, you should express your feelings to the maximum. And also for women, in general, what happens, they put the best dresses when they go out, right? And the worst dresses when they are home. This is completely opposite to what the Prophet ﷺ taught us. The woman should put the best dresses that she has for her husband, because that's the most important person in her life, right? And I'm not saying the worst dresses when she goes home, but when she goes outside, sorry. But when she is with her husband, she try to be very attractive. This is extremely important, and it has a lot of reward. Now, an advice for the sisters is not to nag, not to keep repeating the same thing to your husband. This is extremely important, because if a wife nags to her husband, then it's gonna create bad feelings from the husband part. He will not be as cooperative. You can say things in a very positive way, but never nag. Nag does not increase the love between the husband and the wife. And have fun with your spouse. Do things that are, you can joke together, you can do things that are fun, play games. The Prophet, peace be upon him, when he was pretty old, he used to run with his wife Aisha. He was pretty old, he was in his 50s, late 50s. And he used to run with his wife. So do something that is fun with your spouse. I'm about to be done. One of the brothers asked me to repeat all the points. I'm hesitant to do that because it is a very long presentation. But if you have any questions or you want me to go through some of the points, I will be happy to. Any questions? Any comments from the sisters, from the brothers? Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan. Inshallah, may Allah always help us, because sometimes when one talks about these topics, it's not considered quote unquote as a religious talk. This is the most important religious talk, because if the family is very strong and the love between the husband and the wife is there, then everything else comes with it. As the saying goes, if the husband is happy, he is the only person who is happy. If the wife is happy, the whole family is happy. And as my ex-advisor used to tell me, there is a theorem which says that you can never be happier than your wife. You can never be happier than your wife. And do you want the proof for this, brothers and sisters? Do you want the proof of this theorem, mathematical theorem? Do you want the proof? Try otherwise. Proof by contradiction. Try otherwise, you will see what happens. So you can never be happier than your wife. So if there are any questions, other questions? Yes. I think the problem is because most Muslims nowadays, they focus on the rituals like prayer, fasting, and so on. And if you read the Quran, the number of verses for rituals, if I'm not mistaken, it's not more than 200 verses out of 6,000. Not more than 200 talk about rituals. I'm not saying that rituals are not important. Rituals are extremely important. But rituals, the purpose of rituals for other things. That's the purpose. It's an input. The problem nowadays that there is input, prayer and so on, there is no output, right? The output is the result of this input, correct? That's how it should work. And the problem with the religious education now that it's focused on the rituals rather than the family and relationship between each other and so on. Absolutely, that's true. They do a much better job than us. Absolutely. They do a much better job, yeah. For instance, in Tuscaloosa, a few months ago, I gave a series of khutbahs in the mosque about this. And this is why Dr. Sharif told me, And some people did not like it, but it's okay, it's very important, They thought that it was a risque khutbah, right? But this is extremely. Any other questions? Okay, Jazakumullah khairan. May Allah bless you. May Allah increase the love within our marriages. And the most important thing is not the talk, is to apply what all of us heard today. That's the most important thing. When we go tonight, we should start applying this and change our lives, our marriage life to a very beautiful one. Inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.